Hi, I'm Nathan Tannenbaum. These are just some of the many stories coming soon to the Las Vegas Review-Journal. Las Vegas Metro Police Sheriff Doug Gillespie Thursday identified the officer who died in a one-vehicle crash Wednesday night near the intersection of Nellis and Washington on the valley's east side.
This morning at approximately 1:30, Officer Milburn Millie Badal died from injuries suffered in a car accident. Officer Badal was 30 years old and had been with Metro for approximately 6 years.
Gillespie would not identify the other officer in the car at the time of the crash and said any other information is going to have to wait until the investigation is further along. Gillespie said he didn't even know which of the officers was driving or whether they had their emergency lights on. The Review-Journal is working to learn as much as possible and will post updates on our breaking news section with a full report in print and online Friday. In a story that dates back several years to a lawsuit filed by a man who was paralyzed in a fight outside the now closed Crazy Horse 2 strip club. The former owner of that club, Rick Rizzolo, went to prison a couple of years ago in a federal tax case. Well, lawyers for the paralyzed man have been pursuing a civil judgment against Rizzolo, and the Review-Journal has learned that they have filed a motion alleging Rizzolo's had a so-called ghost writer filing frivolous motions, stating further that that ghostwriter is a felon with whom Rizzolo should not be associating. Check out the RJ's coverage with more on the felon and his background. Just say Area 51 to almost anybody, and it usually elicits instant comments about extraterrestrial aliens at the Nellis Air Force Base test range northwest of Las Vegas. Well, in Friday's print and online Review-Journal, military writer Keith Rogers reports on a panel discussion Thursday at the Atomic Testing Museum in Las Vegas featuring pilots and other former workers trying to set the record straight on myth versus truth at the Groom Lake dry bed that has spawned so much discussion down through the years. In a filing with the Federal Communications Commission, one Las Vegas TV station is accusing 3 other local stations of misleading viewers by using newsroom reporters in what look like news stories on a car dealership that was losing its brand affiliation. News of the complaint, first posted on the RJ website at midday Thursday, contains KVBC Channel 3's allegations that those weren't news stories, but rather advertising bought and paid for by a local advertising agency. We'll keep following this story for you. Is it a thrill ride? Judge for yourself. A new business just opened on the south end of the Strip.
Thank you. The balloon is 7 stories wide by 11 stories high. So it's a very lucky balloon for Las Vegas, 7×11. It's filled with 210,000 cubic feet of helium. So it's a perfectly green experience. The helium lets the balloon rise, and then we bring it down by a tethered winch, which uses less electricity than your normal elevator.
Well, Cloud9 Entertainment was designed and developed specifically for this attraction. We formulated it with an idea. Kevin came to me with the idea about 2 years ago about putting the world's largest helium balloon on the Las Vegas Strip. Well, immediately I was intrigued.
Look for the entire video on the balloon ride on the ReviewJournal.com multimedia page and the story in print and online Friday. Sports, high school, football. Who is our all-knowing NevadaPreps.com observer picking as Palo Verde takes on Legacy in our Game of the Week? Check Fielder's Choice on our sister website, NevadaPreps.com. And finally, our Finally Friday look at your complete guide to doing and dining, Neon. This week's cover featuring a singer you may have heard of if you're a fan of America's Got Talent. You know that show? Well, Kevin Skinner is in the spotlight as headliner of a 10-week run of a live version of the show at Planet Hollywood. And the weather. Oof, really didn't get a whole lot better than daytime highs staying in the low to mid-80s under a mostly sunny sky. Overnight lows very comfortably around 60 through the weekend and into the first of next week. For breaking news 24/7, you're at the right spot, ReviewJournal.com.